4. Mortlock took them to a huge library. It had shelves of books that went up to the tall ceiling. The books were all bound in polished leather. Some did not have titles. They had a date on the spine with strange letters and symbols. A log fire burned costly at the far end of the room. The children sat on the comfortable leather chairs and Sloppy lay on the thick carpet in front of the fire and fell asleep. Mortlock sank into a chair, wiped his forehead with a handkerchief, leaned forward, and began. You are my only hope, Mortlock said. I need you to go on a mission. It will be difficult and dangerous. I want you to travel back in time and bring back the time web. We have the box already, but there are 3 more parts. We have the box already, but there are 3 more parts that must be brought here. What is the time web? Asked Nina. It is an ancient machine that acts like an eye looking into the past. It tells us where the Vyrans are attacking time. Without it, we cannot look back in history to see where they are. We need the time web so we can travel back in time to stop them. However, if they get hold of any part of the time web before us, we can never defeat them. Mortlock's pale eyes burned into them. And today, as you saw, a Vyran almost succeeded. Dingle. He held out the box which he had not let out of his sight. So this is the part of the time web? He gasped. Right, said Mortlock. Chapter 5. From a chest, Mortlock took out a diagram. The time web looks like this. See, it has 4 parts. The hub is a bit like a hard drive of a computer. The matrix is like a keyboard, and the cell gives the time web its power. The old box is the case which connects all together. But how does it work? Asked Kipper. It's like a very strange and ancient computer, exclaimed Mortlock. Links you to the past, rather like a computer links to the internet. So when the Vyrans attack the past and you try to change it, the time web can't tell you where they are, suggested Nina. No wonder the Vyrans want to get hold of it. But we had the box ever since we found the magic key, said Biff. So it's been lost for years. But if it's so important, why didn't you look after it? Mortlock smiled. Not lost. It was hidden. I can't think of no safer place than in your hands. The other parts of the time web are hidden in history. Your task will be to find them. If we go on this mission to bring back these parts, how will we know where to look? Nadine asked doubtfully. And how dangerous will it be? Asked Kipper. Will we meet Vyrans? You will know where to look when you get there, said Mortlock. But the Vyrans are getting close. You may have to outwit them. Do the Vyrans all look the same? Asked Nina. She shuddered when she thought of the terrible man they had met afternoon. No, replied Mortlock gravely. Most of them look like ordinary people, but Vyrans can give off a feeling of coldness and darkness, and like that man did, cried Kipper. As the oldest, Wilma felt responsible, so she spoke for all of them. I think we're all agreed to go, she said. They all nodded. Then every second is precious, said Mortlock. He jumped to his feet and ran from the library. The children followed as the library door banged shut. Floppy opened one eye, yawned, and went back to sleep. Chapter 6. The children rushed after Mortlock. He led them along winding passages, downstairs and then down a flight of stone steps. As they went deeper, the steps grew narrow and uneven. The air smelled damp and earthy, as if they were in some ancient vault deep underground. At last, they came to a heavy wooden door. Mortlock pushed it open and beckoned them through. It was a circular room with doors evenly spaced around it. Each door had a key in it. In the center of the room was a huge hourglass, almost as tall as Kipper. "This is a circularium," announced Mortlock, "an ancient means of time travel. It will choose which of you will go and where in time you will travel. As there are 3 parts of the time web still to get, only 3 doors will work." Mortlock took the box that Nadim was still holding. He told each of them to choose a door. Then he flipped the hourglass upside down. At once, tiny specks of bright light began to flow into the lower chamber of the hourglass. The circularium began to spin. The doors seemed to merge into one. Then the spinning stopped. Biff and Chip were still in the room. They had been left behind. 3 doors had opened. Wilf, Wilma, Kipper, Nadim, and Nina had gone. "I don't understand," cried Biff. "Why were we left behind?" Mortlock shook his head. "You were not chosen," he said. "Now we must leave the task to the others and wait." He pointed at the hourglass. The bright specks of light had already filled a quarter of the chamber. "The others will soon be back," he explained. "In here, time is squeezed. What will seem like hours to them will pass there in moments." "Are you sure the circularium will work?" asked Chip anxiously. "It will," said Mortlock. "But who is gone where and whether they will succeed, I do not know. We can only wait and hope." Biff looked at Chip. What on earth had they got themselves into?